Thank you for coming to my version of the Easter Sunday Live. I was in chat a little bit earlier and I saw a bunch of comments, so thank you for coming in. Just scrolling past the last ones. Hi, Ashley and Jonathan and Ed and Lance. I saw MT came in here earlier and they said they have a live to be on. I saw that Sandra is doing one on everything about the meetup. So I thought I'm going to save my energy today and just stick in the yard. I want to give my horses oats so I don't have to do evening chores, but I noticed that the big horses are not here. Hi, Budfud. I was out at Friday and I celebrated my Easter day. I also got a videotape of my dad. I put that one up. Hi, Neil. I am wearing my sunglasses today. It is very bright. You think of a sunny day, but now we have all the snow reflecting all the light back up on your face. So it's really hard to see. So I'm kind of squinting at the comments here. But yeah, so I videotaped my dad. He took me out to the bush so I could get that on camera. And then I haven't put it together. I've got about 10 minutes of my own horses that I'm going to edit into video. And I don't know, maybe I'll put that out tomorrow. Hi, Heather. Did I miss someone? No? Oh, yeah, I did. Hi, Bob. That's the one thing when you scroll back on your comments, you start shaking the camera. So I wanted to see where the horses are because they're not up at the barn. The snow is melting. Everything's getting slick. And I gotta walk slow because I don't want to fall, because what you're falling into is water that's mixed with the manure. So it's not like I would be falling into a clean puddle. But as soon as the snow starts melting, a warm day like this, I'm not even wearing a jacket. All I have on is my sweater. The horses start moving out, looking for the first blade of grass. Hi, Rem. And I probably am going to turn around because now, hi, Beth. I can feel the wind, so you guys are probably getting it on the mic. So I'm not going to stay out here long. But check out this puddle. Not the puddle that I'd want to fall into. There's the horses in the distance. I'm not even sure if you guys can hear me good because of the wind. But they saw that I'm outside. I'm going to turn back around. The wind feels like it's enough to blow you over. So how's everyone's Easter? I am alone today because my daughter went to visit her other side of the family. So I took out a chicken. I'm not cooking a turkey. And it'll be me and the dogs for supper. I don't know. I don't think I've ever cooked a turkey on my own. It's just too much food. And my chickens are free. There's the two puppies in the kennel there. Everybody wants to be out so they can run around. An update on Enos, the dog that was limping last week. Hi, Shaz. He's sunning himself against the house right now because there's a spot of grass. But he's putting pressure on his foot. So it's healing. It is slightly swollen still. But I mean, compared to how it started, he's on the mend. In fact, he was sunning himself. He's gone now. He must have heard a squirrel somewhere. Yeah, well, I could tell Shaz when I touched his leg, if it was broken, he would have yelped, and he didn't. And now when, like, I haven't put him in the kennel since he got hurt, so I could keep an eye on him. He's been in the house with me, or I let him outside, but he's never been locked up in the kennel overnight. And I see him standing on all four legs waiting to go outside. So he is using it. And these guys are filthy. I need to cut this tree down. This guy's funny. Oh, there's Enos. He's whining because he can't run with the other dogs. They took off after a squirrel. So he's still holding his foot up, but the dogs know not to overuse their foot when it's hurt. I remember Cooter got injured that way, and it took him at least 2 weeks to heal up. But I brought some of the little treats for this guy. I hate the way the gimbal spins when I do that. Hi, Jonathan. And I still haven't gotten Casey to eat a treat. Hi, Henry. Yes, it is, Henry. I looked at the temperature and it said 12 degrees Celsius, but my thermometer is also in a bad place because the sun shines on it and it will heat it up more than what the temperature actually is. So all I know, it's above zero for sure because everything's melting. Hi, Peter. This guy is used to taking the big cookies, so he opens his mouth so wide. All he needs to do is use his lips to get these ones. I'm gonna get crunched on one of these times. I think I could offer Casey some treats, but Rip is gonna eat them. He's ready to eat my arm. Oh, you're getting nippy there, Rip. I think I won't ever be able to feed Casey until I have him on his own because Rip is just too pushy. But I got some footage of Casey's mom yesterday. The mares are so big right now. They're ready to go. Within the next month, I'd say by May for sure, they should be having their colts. And actually, it's Ukrainian Easter next weekend, so I'll be going back out to my parents and getting more footage. I hope, like, the snow is going to go fast, and then the flooding comes, but I hope they hold out for a couple more weeks at least, just so that there is no snow on the ground. Although they have an area where the colts could be borne onto the hay and straw. But usually the mares go off when they're ready to foal. I know this girl here, Christy, took off to the edge of my property just because the fence I have does not contain a donkey. But I plan on reworking all of that eventually. But fencing is really expensive. I have to stop watching TV. I keep seeing these, it's a 4-plank rail fence because it's on these immaculate horse racing properties. Well, the reason they can have that kind of fence is because those people are rich. So I thought, well, I can afford to do it in pieces. My driveway alone is 1/8 of a mile long. Hi, Chuck. Happy Easter to you, too. Poor Casey just stands in the back, doesn't get anything. There we go. Let's try Casey. Here. I can't show it right now, but Rip is pushing on my shoulder. No, he's just not interested in it. I'm gonna go get some oats from the barn. This is what I usually do in the evening, but I'm outside, so I'm gonna do it now. And the snow was melting before, and the ground is getting really dirty. So like I said, the puddle is mostly a mixture of manure and everything. So I went out and I bought these guys a couple of bowls. And then the snowstorm hit, I couldn't find the bowls. But it's easy to throw the oats into the snow because I'll find a clean spot, and it's good for the horses. Well, not good for it. It's just clean is what I'm trying to say. I got distracted because I'm backing up here. There was a foot of snow yesterday when I did chores, and it's all fallen down, and so that's why this snow looks all nice and clean. That just came off the roof. So that's a relief that it didn't go right in front of the door, because I would not be able to open the door. And that's usually the first thing I have to do. Hi, Goga. When it snows, I usually have to shovel here. And that was an idea I had, is that I'm gonna build some kind of an extension off the roof, so it's kind of like a shelter in front of the barn. And then the horses can use it to shelter themselves, but it also prevents all the snow from falling right at the door. There we go. There's that saddle I still haven't taken inside to clean. Snowmelt to mud season. Oh yeah. Yeah, and you know what? That's why I buy, they're called mud and snow tires. And I just keep them on my truck. I drive so many kilometers that in 2 years, you have to replace the tires anyway, because they're only good till 80K, and I stretched my tires till 100K last time, but that was too much. And so the mud and snow tires are pretty aggressive, but it keeps you safe on the winter icy roads. And then in the summer, I don't get stuck on my driveway. So I don't know if you guys could see what I'm doing. I use a margarine container. I don't eat margarine. I'm sure my parents gave me food in this, and that's why I own it. But I give the horses, the colts get a little bit less, but the adult horses get a margarine container a day. And then once summer comes, they're not going to get oats through the summer because they have enough green grass. But the oats keeps the fat on their back in the winter. And I think what I'm going to do is dump it for the oats first, and then I'll walk in with the pail to find those dishes. Old Mechanic came in. Hello, and hi Shirley, came back. There we go. Yeah, Henry, I used to do all season tires, but I don't know. Like, I could not live where I live without having a 4x4 vehicle. I've just been stuck so many times. So I went out and got, oh, that's gross. My dog just threw up. I got the most aggressive tires that I could get. Oh, yeah, I saw you came in really early. I didn't know if you came early and then came back but thank you. 14 awesome people here. I looked at my hours this morning. I think I'm gonna squeeze through here. And I need 247 yet, and that's it. So it's coming slowly. And I don't mind, because I know it's a lot of work to get everything done once you do get monetization. Yeah, Gogo, I'm not really on a walk. I'm just kind of milling about the yard today. I think I'm waiting to go for a walk. Well, first off, I'm not young and nimble, and so I don't really want to compete with the ice. And I know that showing these guys on my live has been doing really well. I think that I'll probably wait till the path at least has melted. These guys are trying to get into the pail right now. You know what? I don't even know what an all-terrain tire is. I know what all season is, and I know what winter tires are. I don't know if the terminology would be the same or different. When you say all-terrain, I think of a Jeep. Okay, you need to back up. I want to pour this out for you. So, there's one bowl here. This guy is getting a lot of stud behavior, being pushy. All right, Christy. Let me. Yes, Old Mechanic, these are my yearlings from last year, or the colts from last year, so they're yearlings. I am going to have to shoo these guys away before I get run over. Now that wasn't me, that was a dog coming out of the bush that scared them like that. But I needed to bend over to let the mud out of the bowl, and I didn't want to get kicked in the head. So I see that they took the other bowl way over here. And I'm walking so gingerly because as a kid, I have fallen into many of these puddles. Hopefully they figure out there's more in this bowl. Why did they carry that bowl? Because they're bored. It's like a toy. I haven't been back to the store, but I was talking about the carrot ball. I think I'm gonna buy it just for to see what my horses would do. These guys have quite a bit of time still. They're gonna be stuck in this small pen before I can let them out to the big pasture. Because, I don't even know how long it takes them to heal once they get cut. But I would say 2 to 3 weeks before they would be introduced to the other guys. Let's see. Sit here. Use this old bale as a chair. I don't know if you can see through the tree. The ducks and the goose coming out. I did lose my female goose over winter. And I don't know if she just wasn't a healthy goose or the drake never left her alone. And I'm not saying that wrong. It wasn't the male goose. It was my male duck that used to chase her all the time. And in my experience, when I find a chicken that has passed, they're usually just, their head is down and they're like they sat down and died. My female goose was actually on her back, so I don't know what happened. And there's Christy with her close-up. So I don't know, I think my goose adventures are over. I think I paid $20 a piece for those. They're African geese. So unless I find a place where I could get just a regular female goose, he might be the bachelor. He'd be my guard goose, I guess. Although I don't think he can guard anything much if a raccoon wants to climb the fence. You too, Henry. Happy Easter. Well, Christy, I think, came to me because she doesn't know there's oats in the other bowl. And the boys aren't going to let her have any. She must have got a good mouthful, though, because she's still chewing. You just stand too close to me, Christy. Hi, Rebecca. Maybe I'll start shooing these guys around the corral to get them to move around. Just gonna be staring at them eating for a bit. There's Cooter. He's the one that at first, he was the first one to ever hurt his leg. That was years ago, like maybe 4 years ago. And he limped around for a long time. But it's just like if a human being sprains their, oh, that was Christy knocking the camera. If a human sprains their ankle, it takes a long time to heal. I know I pulled muscles in my arm. There was 1 year, it took me a whole year before my arm came back to normal. Like a bow hid in the hay bale. There's a lot of squirrels everywhere. And I don't know if this is magpies or, I can't remember, who's the smaller one, a raven or a crow? Whatever the smaller ones are. I always have to look that up because I can't remember who's smaller. Yes, I have 8 red-bone coonhounds, but not all of them are with me. 2 are in the kennel, and let's see, I should have 3 outside and 3 inside. Just because too many dogs out and then they take off. Hi, Thumpaholic. Hey, thank you. Happy Easter. These guys are making a ruckus over here. Hey, Casey. Christy's being pushy. I'm having to push her off of me right now. Hi, PSV. I can see one of these times on my lives I'm just gonna get hurt because Rip is getting too close to me right now too. Hi, MT and Ed. Yeah, I'm not walking today. No huffing and puffing unless I'm breathing heavy right now, but saving my energy. I was thinking maybe I could clean out the barn today, but then maybe I'm just gonna sit around and enjoy my roast chicken today. And I'm looking at Christie's Who's right now. That's another job I gotta get to soon. I think I'll have to commission my daughter to film if I ever do get to the hoof trimming. I'm one of those people that likes to go and watch those videos of the farrier schools or whatever. I could sit and watch for hours and I don't know why. Hi, Monia. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Do you guys see the goose in there? So yeah, they can't really go anywhere. Look at how much snow has come in here. They have to walk down into the door. But I've left them open for about a week now. Oh, can you guys see the white chicken there? I don't know if it was her. That kind of looks like a duck egg. Somebody laid an egg in the snow. Right at her leg. I've gotten so many eggs lately. The dogs are going to be eating well. I have, I don't know, like the horse bucket you buy. It's not a 5-gallon pail. I would say maybe it's about a 3 to 4 gallon. And I have half of that full of eggs. And I just can't eat them that fast. And I don't even know if I have 10 chickens. 10 chickens and 2 female ducks. And I don't know, I get 6 to 10 eggs per day and it's just too much for me. But these white chickens, I never buy my chickens. These are all free. The places I work at, when they're getting a new shipment of chickens in, like they only keep them for a year and they process them after. Well, if you ask them, they'll put away a dozen for you and you can take them home. And I've had those chickens lay eggs till the day that they die. And some of the chickens I've had for like 6 or 7 years before they pass away. So free is the best way. Although I do like the looks of all the different breeds, and it would be nice to have a chicken of every egg laying color. I don't feel so bad when these guys pass away because they were free and they're very replaceable. But yeah, when you watch Groovy Eggs, I love the different varieties that he has. And MT, I know you guys have a bunch. This is almost suntanning weather for us Canadians. It's so warm. What am I at? I'm halfway through. I may have to go venture, but then there was a wind way out there. I'll go see Jack, see if they'll come up, because they don't know that I dropped oats for them. Oh, she's gonna get mad at me. I keep walking away from her. 2 dozen eggs a day. Yes. Well, at least you have a place to sell them. But I have my dogs that I could feed them, right? And that's what I usually do every time I cook them. Like if I'll get too many eggs that I can't even store them in the fridge anymore, I usually crack them in a plate before I go to fry them, or if you boil and they're floating, I toss them right out to the... Oh, yeah, old mechanic, she could bite if I let her. She nipped me in one of my videos. I had to edit it out because look at her. I have nothing in my hand and she could bite it right now. I gave her a cookie and I kind of give it to them sideways because the cookies are a new thing to them. It's like a molasses oat cookie. And she skimmed my finger with her teeth, like scraped it. And right at the end, she pinched like the very center of my finger. And so I had a reaction, like I said, ow, and I pulled my hand away fast. I had to edit that out of the video. So, and I've had her when I can't remember, I had the mares out front and the colts were just newly born. She came up and she was going to kick at another horse to get out of her space. And she ended up kicking me right in the thigh. And that hurt so much. Was not happy with her. But that's the only time I've ever been... I guess that would have been the worst thing she did. Well, she hasn't done that again. Well, I'm not going to discuss what happened after Monia. But that's the thing with these guys. If they get nippy, I kind of like flick them back on their lips. And like I'm not doing it to harm them, but I'm doing it to tell them, no, you're not going to be doing that to me. Because if a horse bites another horse, the mare will go back and nip them right back. Oh yeah, when I got kicked by her, yeah, it hurt. Because I was at the end of the kick. And I know people say, oh, don't stand so close to the horse, he's going to kick. But if you were right up next to the horse, that kick wouldn't have hurt. It's when you're at the end of the kick that you get the full force of it. Oh yeah, that's got to be Mike. What were you doing that you needed to get their attention? Like if you were training them and they weren't listening? And who was I watching? There's this guy named Jim. He has draft horses. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was deworming them or what, but his daughter is going in to be a vet tech or a veterinarian, and he was showing her how, if you want to check their mouth, grab their tongue and pull it out to the side because they can't bite down. I never knew that. So it was interesting. He's got some nice huge horses. Mike, what were you doing with 12 studs? Yeah, they could get aggressive. I had 2 geldings and... No, wait. I had 1 gelding and 2 studs. And the only reason I had the 2 studs is because I procrastinated on getting them cut. But that's how my gelding got injured, because they went into that fight where they kneel down and they bite each other's... I'm going to say ankles because I don't know what you call the lower part of their leg. But the rain ripped Jack's skin off. It was just hanging there. Well, thank you, Gavin. Yeah, it took him a whole year to heal that up, too. Yeah, I guess hawk would be the word. That's why I can't run a channel where I'm going to educate you on how to take care of horses, because I'm not that person that knows every part of a horse and everything to do to take care. I'm still discovering things. I'm talking about horse toys, and I didn't even know all the horse toys that were out there because I've never done that before. What was it that I bought? Oh, I still haven't assembled it yet. I bought them a licket. Um, and then I was thinking, because they're not in the barn, because you would hang the licket from a rafter, right? I was thinking I could use this branch to hang the licket until... I never gave it to them yet, Monia. It's still in my truck. And I'm weird like that. I'll buy a whole bunch of things and they'll sit there for a month before I actually make use of it. But I should say, the past week we had that snowstorm and I was at work one day last week. So I may have mentioned it on somebody else's live. I don't think I mentioned it on mine. All the winners of the stickers, I've done no mailing. I have not been to the mail. So things have got delayed because of that snowstorm. And no, this licket is a cylinder and there's a holder for it. It is meant to be hung in the air. And it even tells you, make sure you have it a meter away from the wall, because they're not supposed to eat too much of it at once, because I bought a garlic flavored one. You can get molasses and stuff like that. And it even says, don't put it too close to the wall, because then they could eat too much of it at once. It's, I don't know, it's some kind of cylinder. And when they lick it, it should go around, I don't know. But it comes with a rope and everything. Maybe I should do a video on it. Yeah, they have a heated water bowl. And as soon as, right at the end of that fence there, I don't know if you guys can see much of it, it's a little blue. So yeah, there's electricity to it so that it doesn't become ice. And then in the summer, I just turn the breaker off because they don't need heated water. But that's connected to the well. It kind of, when I think of it, we probably put it too close to the house. But hindsight is 2020. You know, I would have liked to have brought it in to this area more. I don't know if you guys are getting this wind coming through. But the reason I realized that it's probably should have been further out is because the apple tree got so big, it's growing over the fence. And the horses can't have the apples in the summer because they're not in this area. But I was talking about it last time. I've got like 80 some feet here by probably, it's probably an 80-foot square, that if I want to build a barn, I would probably put it in the center of this area. If I cut back the apple tree, that would be taking out 50% of it. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But that's the whole thing. Like, I have to tear this center fence down. But it's not like I can buy a barn or the materials for it anytime soon. That's the one thing. I'm going to focus on the fencing this year, and then I'll plan a barn afterward that. But yeah, I'd even like to break out into this area, because I envision having my stud and the mares on this side, and then having some kind of alleyway where they can access that water bowl in the winter. Because I know of guys that will just put their horses in the pasture and let them eat snow all winter, but I think the horses like having the warm water. And if I can make it happen, then I will. I just know that I do not want to haul water to the horses all winter. Do I have student? No. This is just a hobby. This is just... Somebody once said, oh, I should do this and this with the horses, but then you have to get insurance and stuff. I don't think I have enough education to tell somebody else how they should be taking care of horses or how they should ride horses. I don't know, I just wouldn't want that responsibility. Because if somebody ever got hurt, it would just take one lawsuit to end it all. Just for viewing. Well, Monia, that's why I have my channel. Hopefully I'm gonna I'm gonna reach my milestones. I hit my 1K, I'm gonna do my 4K. Now for me, it's time to focus on what do I do to make my videos better. And so what I've been doing is I edit on iMovie, and when I pick music, I just dump it in and it will stretch it the whole video. And I know I want to work on that. I want to get better at how I edit my videos, because I think it's time to do something so that I can grow my views. I'm at your typical, I usually get 10% of the people either watching myself, like my lives, or well, not in my lives, watching my content. Or in the end, even after the live is posted, it usually goes up to 100 views, is what I'm trying to say. Christy's still trying to eat my arm right now. This is how close she gets. She's always underneath my arm. The bathroom shot, hey? The rough looking one, yeah, he's just dirty. And that's the thing. I'll show you. This is Casey, Kayce. If I can touch this. His hair is so long right now. By time summer comes around, he will have a smooth coat. He will lose all of this. So I'm gonna have to get him in the halter though, so he'll let me. Well, this is a first, but I want to be able to comb him on his whole body. Look at this guy. He's backing up into me here. Hi, John. Happy Easter. But look at this. Look at all the hair coming out. And that's why he's pushing his butt towards me, because he's itchy and he can't reach this. Look at, he's going back and forth. Oh, I'm going to be covered in horsehair when I walk away from this. I would get pushed over if I didn't step back from him, though. Look at, then my fingers will be black too. Look at how he's enjoying it too. Oh, my hand's actually getting tired. He is, this isn't very safe. I cannot even show it because I can't put my arm back. I am standing right up against the feeder and he has pushed his butt right up against me. Oh, you better not kick. This is how close he is to the feeder. Oh, you guys. Oh, I don't want to get the dogs barking. Yeah, I can't really make a clucking noise, so I make a kissing sound. Although I notice that when I'm talking, I say so a lot. And then I'll have this like a tongue click when I talk. And I'm wondering if that's because that's the sound I usually make around the horses. Christy again. Let's see. Can you guys see my fingers? Oh, well, I missed it. I'll have to watch a replay. I usually go back and scroll through it really fast to find the best picture. Well, I wonder, has the wind been bad on the mic? Like right now, does that sound bad? You know, I don't know if it's because his mom and where she came from. I don't know if it's because she's a registered quarter horse. Like, I could be making all this up in my head, but I think Cremellos seem to be quiet, but then I've never met a Cremello that's crazy. But his mom was very quiet. I never trained her for saddle, but as a 2-year-old, you could have sat on her with no training at all. That's how quiet she was. But I'd like to see if, just because I know I usually shut down in about an hour, and I see 47 minutes. Yeah, well, usually the registered horses are very good. I've got a theory on that between the inbreeding and stuff like that, but I'm not educated that way. What was I saying? Oh, I'm at 47 minutes and I want to see if I can get Jack. Oh, I have to put this away or else they're going to eat it to pieces. I want to go see if I can get Jack, Rain, and Ty up at the barn because they're not going to know that the oats is here. I need to hide this pail in here. Yeah, and you know what? I'm reading the comment about some horses are naturally calm, which is a true statement. My experience is that, like, I'm basing my knowledge on my experience. And the horses I grew up with, my dad never had registered stock. They were always what you call grade horses. And some of those horses were pretty rank. And when I started buying horses, I bought a pony and a grade horse from the auction, and it came from a good place. And then the third horse on this property was Trip. And he wasn't necessarily good in saddle, but he was so quiet in the pen. Like, you could go walk up to him and like I could hug him right around his rump and he wouldn't do a thing. So I guess my statement comes from my experience, and that's all. I'm sure people would find Mustangs to be calm. We are going for a walk this way to see if I can get Jack and the other guys up here. Look at Cletus is chunked out so bad. How far am I walking? Just down to the end of the snow here where you see the dark. Because in the open, the wind is going to pick up. And I don't know, I just don't like sometimes if it's a subtle wind, it's not too bad on the mic. There's got to be something you could put. I don't even know where the mic is on a phone. But one of those little, what do they call it? Like that fuzzy gray stuff. To put it over the mic to block out the wind would be nice. It's at the bottom. Well, I wonder if they have an attachment because I can't have anything on my phone right now. It has no protection because the gimbal, a dead cat, that's what it's called. The gimbal has to balance your phone, and this gimbal only does 290 grams. So if anything is on the phone, it won't fit in the magnet, and then it will throw the balance off. But this is my garden right now. I would say 2 to 3 feet of snow in it. It's gonna be a couple of months before I can do anything there. Yeah, there's a lot of wind, and this is why the snow is melting fast too. I'm gonna assume you guys can't hear a thing. Jack! Come on, boys! Was that Monia that said that? We can hear. Who said, hey, thanks, Dawn. Why not cover it? Monia, because it takes money, and if I had that kind of money, I'd be building my barn immediately. So, I wonder if I can cover that area. Does that block the wind at all? Every spare dime that I have goes back into taking care of my horses. So I have to get the fence first, and after the fence, it's going to be a barn. I've heard people use nylon over the mic. I'll have to look into that. I'll do a Google search on what people do. I don't want to scream into this either. Jack! If the wind was blowing the opposite direction, it would just carry my voice to them. But I know they see me because they keep looking at me once in a while. And there's a train in the distance. I'm sure you guys can hear that. Oh well. I guess they're just gonna have to discover the oats on their own. Catching that. Hi, Gary. Yes. Gary, I'm assuming, do you guys already celebrate Easter? Did I say that? Maybe I said it at the beginning of my live. So Ukrainian Easter is next weekend, and I took my holidays this year. They were always there for me, but this year I finally decided that I'm gonna go out. My aunt usually puts on a traditional meal, and I'm gonna go back. You guys will probably see it if you watch my regular content. I said I took video of, hi Frank, happy Easter. I took a little video of my mares and my stud, and Casey's mom, the one I nicknamed Winter, the Cremello, she has the longest mane, but she's also got a dread in her mane. So next weekend I'm gonna go after we have our dinner, and I'm going to go do a brush out on her. But they're looking pretty good, well, in my opinion. They're nice and chunky. Hopefully everything goes well. We have some nice healthy foals. Was that Hat Creek? No, that was Old Man Peter. Peter, I think I said hi. Well, I know this is gonna help a lot. I think I was averaging 15 at least for most of the hour. And then I'm gonna end early, get myself settled in, and MT's live starts at 2. Oh look, they don't even know that there's a bowl of oats there. Let's see, what's easier, climbing the fence or going through the gate? These things, these are homemade by my dad. Well, he made them for himself because they are so heavy. They're not like, I've got thinner panels and they're much easier to lift, like right by the shelter there's one there. This is like, I don't know. I don't know my weights, but it feels like you're lifting a 100-pound panel. There we go. Let's see if I take this to them. They realize they missed the whole bowl of oats. There we go. Oh, poor Christy doesn't get any. Actually, it's not good for Donkey to have oats anyway. I'll give her some of the treats I have left. These are just apple flavor, alfalfa treats, and Goga. I feel bad for her because she's not having in on the treat, but that's also why her neck is thick like this. If you've ever seen a donkey, oops, sorry, her ear hit the camera. They get these necks that are so thick that this crest falls over. That's because they overfed the donkey or they had too rich of a diet. I had to look that up because when I got her back, like I always noticed when I'd occasionally go out to my parents, that she was developing this neck. But hi, Phil. And is it Imelda? I gotta scroll back. What are we saying? Agido. Yeah, I missed that comment. Sorry, Heather. But my kids call him Papa. See, as the generations go on, you lose your traditions, right? So a grandmother in Ukrainian is a Baba, and a grandfather is a Guido. But my dad's dad, which would have been my Guido, died when he was about 12 years old, so I never knew him. No, I do not have a river on my property. The horses have access to this water bowl. Like the alleyway that I walk down, they'll come up that for water if they're in this pasture. And if they're in the other pasture, I have a 100-gallon water tank that I run a garden hose to. So that's how I water my horses all summer. There's her last bit of treat there. So, yeah. I don't know why, but instead of calling my dad Grandpa, he caught the name Papa. I'm waiting to see the oh yeah, definitely. What's all that white stuff? Haha, Phil. I'll send you some. But no, it is melting fast now that the snowstorm is over, and the wind is taking care of it too. The one thing I do not have to worry about is I'll get those occasional puddles, but I don't have to worry about any flooding here because my land is all sand. I guess the only thing bad about it is I don't have nice green grass. Like if it doesn't rain all summer, my land will dry up, and then I have to start feeding bales earlier than somebody who lives downhill from me. All right, thanks for coming in, Frank. Well, I hit the 60-minute mark. So do you have to buy? Yes, I do. I have about, I don't know, it's approximately 10 to 12 acres of hay, and I bale that. I have some videos on that. And I make squares out of them. But because I've gone beyond having a couple of horses, I have to buy hay. And I think I bought 20 bales. And the bales that I got were really good. It's nice, probably more alfalfa than I need. But the horses also regulate themselves. These bales, if it was just like a swampy hay, grass hay, they would be gone in a week. And they've lasted for 2 weeks. So I bought like 20 of those bales, and I still have 7 or 8 left. I might even be able to carry some of those over to next winter. But yeah, if I get my stud and my mares, like all my fencing gets done and I can bring them home this year, I probably have to buy double what I bought. So, but I guess this is a good time to end. I'm going to say thank you everyone for coming in, and have a happy Easter, and maybe we'll see you over at MT. But yeah, thank you for spending your Easter with me. See you next time.